hiring is set to pick up for Citi's wealth business in Singapore as the American lender sees wealth growing here and says it can invest with confidence. I spoke to its wealth chief, Andy Sieg, in an exclusive interview.
So I think, we should expect to see Citi wealth growing in Singapore and more broadly across Asia. We can invest in growth with great confidence because we're seeing a level of productivity, across our team, which is, the productivity that you need to inspire investment. I mean, if we look here in Singapore at the average client-facing individual in our Citi Gold, Citi Private Client business, their productivity year over year is up almost 80%. And when we see that kind of productivity increase, as a global leader of the business, that causes me to be very optimistic and very energized to invest in the market and add more resources in the market. So you'll see hiring, pick up, and I think it'll take place in a way that will really leverage that productivity.
And just how well is the wealth business doing that? It's inspired such confidence in Mr. Sieg. Well, he told CNA that Singapore is the epicenter of global wealth creation alongside Hong Kong, and that Asia is leading the way forward for the bank's wealth business. That is one of the key pillars of Citi CEO Jane Fraser's massive transformation plan that was announced last year. When you call, Singapore the epicenter of global wealth creation, talk to us about how much it has contributed to the wealth business. Is this green shoots or something more?
Well, I think it's far more than green shoots. I mean, I think there's a central role now that Singapore is playing. It's a locus of so many family offices. Obviously, Singapore has always been the crossroads of global trade. Now it's a crossroads of financial markets in a new and important way. So many of the conversations that I have when I'm in places like the Middle East or in China come back to things that are happening in Singapore. So when I think about our business here now, it's a mixture of onshore and offshore that serves clients very well. And it also plays to Citi's strength because, as you know, this is a brand that means a great deal to clients across the world. And when we have a place like Singapore that's so international, our brand stands out in particular.
Talking about international, people view Hong Kong as kind of the gateway to China. Likewise, what is Singapore the gateway to?
Oh, I think that I think in many ways, as I said, Singapore to me, it's a crossroads not just of Asia, it's a crossroads of global trade, global financial flows. Singapore, I think, has a role in some ways that it sits, on the dividing line between East and West, and it translates amazingly well. So to think of both Singapore and Hong Kong playing, different roles in terms of intermediating client activity in and out of China, but more broadly across the region. So Singapore, lastly, maybe it's a connector. It's a connector of different cultures and businesses.
A major contributor to the wealth business is the growing number of family offices, not just in Singapore, but the region as well. Citi manages 1,800 family offices globally with an average net worth of over $2 billion.
Our investments business that we do across Asia is up over 20% year over year. That's driving, overall revenue growth in our business, and family offices are a key part of that growth. We want the market over the medium term to see this business with a 30% pre-tax margin, returns in the 20s, and strong organic growth. And one of the things that I'm very pleased to see, you look at our results in the second quarter in this business, revenue was up, expenses were down, but even more importantly, strong client activity. The test of any wealth business is, are your clients, are they bringing their investment dollars to you? And this increasing net flows in our business has been very powerful. When you think about this business over time, we want to have industry-leading levels of organic growth. Our revenue's up on the investment side over 20%, through the second quarter, and that's a pace that we intend to stay with.